Hi there, I'm Miss Palmer and I'm the Green Class teacher here in Year 1 at Fieldcourt Infants. Today I'm here to give you a tour of your children's classroom, just to give you a brief idea of what goes on day to day and what you can expect your children to be getting up to.
Okay, so this is the small playground, as you all probably know very well by now, and this is where the children line up before they start their day at school. We like to encourage the children to come in independently if possible, and we will enter through our cloakroom area. So to the left of the cloakroom, this is where your children will put all of their home things. And just straight ahead of me here is the toilet facilities that your child will use throughout the day. Okay, so the first thing that the children do in the morning is sanitize their hands. They are then in charge of their own belongings, taking responsibility for putting things like book bags, reading books and lunch boxes away. Unless, of course, it's a Monday or a Thursday, which is the day that they do change their books. They will also then take their snack and their drinks and they will pop it in their designated snack area. Okay, so in Green Class, and actually all across Year 1 for that matter, we have these little characters called Mini-Me's. You might notice one or two of them. The purpose of Mini-Me's is just to ensure that children are fulfilling certain levels of learning every day. So as you can see, this is an example of a set of learning that we're doing this week on patterns, and it would be expected that those children come and complete that learning at some point throughout the day. So in Green Class, there are different areas or zones of learning. Over here we have our beautiful reading garden. This is where the children can choose their own reading material, whether that be a book or perhaps a story on Bug Club, and they can sit and read. This here is Green Class's role play area. This gives the children the opportunity to perhaps reenact their favourite stories, such as Goldilocks and the Three Bears, or perhaps provide a tea party for one another. Here you can see Green Class's maths zone. Along with the maths zone, we've got our maths working wall. So we use the maths working wall regularly. The children can access it and add to it in any which way they please. As you can see, this week we're learning our numbers to 30, and the children have been simply counting the amount of stars or circles and adding their answers underneath. It's a really interactive area, so these Velcro pads can come off here. So it might be that maybe I take them off one morning and it would be somebody's job to try and put them back on again, perhaps in the right order or looking at multiples. And then over here are all of the resources that we have in the math zone. So here we have our writing zone and our small world area. This again is a fully interactive zone that the children can add to and write on throughout the day. The small world again creates lots of opportunities for communication with friends, and often children will choose to write about maybe the characters or animals or settings that they've created in their play, which is great. Building on the small world, in the tough tray, just an example this week, we have got the characters from the Three Billy Goats Gruff in there, as you can see. And again, it might be that the children choose to come over here and reenact that story. So over here is an extension of the writing zone. We have a wall here that we use regularly during our writing sessions in order to aid children with their writing. Here we have an example of the Talk for Writing story map that we use, here telling the story, of course, of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. These here are just a couple of resources that you might find your child uses during our writing sessions, so things like finger spacers and sound mats. In addition to the zones where your children will be learning, we have activity tables where there might be an example of a foundation subject. So here we have a session on materials where the children will be sorting materials into wood, metal, rock, glass and plastic. And over here we have a maths-based learning activity of creating a pattern. And this could be done in any way, using paint or shapes, or perhaps like on the table over there, it could be using cubes or counters. This here is the construction area, so this gives the children freedom and choice about what they'd like to build. It might be that they're able to practice a certain skill within the construction building. So for example, building on pattern, it might be that they choose to make a tower using a particular set of Lego blocks, or it might mean that they choose to build a setting perhaps from a story such as the Billy Goats Gruff. This here is our create zone, and as you can see, there is lots of learning to be had here. It might be that the children draw pictures, they might paint pictures, or they might choose to perhaps build something out of the junk modelling that's made available.
This is our reflection area in Green Class. This is an area that is a calm area and a reflective area. Here, the children may come over and retell the stories of Noah and his ark or Daniel and his lions, and perhaps think about in those Bible stories where the characters showed courage.
Children can come and choose to use one of the class iPads. We have learnt in Green Class all about e-safety, so the children know exactly how to keep safe whilst using them. But we do, of course, regulate what's played on. So, for example, the children might be set up on maths games or perhaps logged on to Bug Club to read their favourite stories. In Green Class, we've spoken a little bit about democracy and voting for things. So every day they get the opportunity to vote for their favourite book to read during snack time. One huge thing that we do discuss in Green Class is the big word responsibility. So each week, children will have different responsibilities of being perhaps snack and milk monitors, eco monitors, and table monitors. We also encourage children to tidy up after themselves after they finish learning with something. This here is a visual timetable, so we fill this out every single day so the children in the class know exactly what's coming next in their learning. They do love playtime though. Finally, here we have our big carpet area space. So this is where your child will sit for main inputs for maths, writing, phonics, and all of those lovely foundation subjects too. We encourage the children to sit in their talk partner place. Talk partners is something that they'll be familiar with since reception, and it really does encourage them to talk to that talk partner really, really well, making sure that they're showing really great listening and great talking too. Thank you for watching. I hope that that was both informative and interesting for you. It is really good to get an insight really into what the children get up to throughout the day. Often when you get home from school, they say nothing, but I assure you that that is truly not the case. If you'd be happy to keep watching, we have got a short presentation now to show you just about any other information at FCIA. Thank you. Hello everybody and welcome to Year 1. Here we have a short presentation just informing you guys at home what your children are doing on a day-to-day basis, but also what you can do at home to best support your child. Here are some of the members of staff at Philcourt Infants. We have some familiar faces on the left, and on the right we have Team Year 1. In Green Class we have Miss Palmer and Mrs Jarrett. In Purple Class we have Miss Bint, Mrs PC and Mrs Cook. In Orange Class we have Mrs Hall, Miss Brown and Miss Langford, and we also have Mrs Rashid walking across the Year 1 year group working with Pupil Premium. We are trying to keep contact to a minimum at the moment, so if you would like to speak to any of these members of staff, either give the school a phone or an email.
Love life, embrace learning and believe together is what we aspire for all children to have an experience of here at Philcourt. Our vision encompasses of Christian values of trust, friendship, truthfulness, respect, forgiveness, courage, and our familiar pets of yet who help us with our learning.
In Year 1, we'd like all children to develop their independence. So each morning, the children should come into class independently and be responsible for their own belongings. We do ask the children to organise their own snacks, lunch boxes, coats and jumpers and book bags, and on Monday and Thursday, their book changes too. Please at home encourage your child to dress themselves in the morning, as this helps us out tremendously when it comes to getting changed for PE. All children need at least one snack. They will have one in the morning from home, and they can either bring in an afternoon snack or fruit is available provided for by school. We also ask that every child brings in a water bottle. Here is a suggested snack list.
We're all very passionate about reading here, and your children will be bringing home books and reading diaries, and we would like them to be brought into school every day. Their books will be changed on a Monday and a Thursday, and to encourage reading for pleasure, please return their love for reading books on a Monday and they will be changed. Please make sure that you check the book bags for any important letters or messages.
Okay, so this term, your child's Year 1 learning journey will encompass lots of learning from their missed time in reception. We are recovering and restoring any lost learning whilst building on the new Year 1 curriculum. We have a creative approach towards teaching and often use stories as a stimulus in our topic. This term, during our topic Over the Rainbow, we will be learning the story of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Our continuous provision approach is a gateway for children to explore, talk and learn through play. We use this approach alongside our direct teaching so that it gives the children the opportunity to apply and deepen their skills and knowledge. We also use Target Tracker regularly as a form of assessment, so please make sure that you continue to check your Target Tracker app or website. We also start each term with a really exciting buzz and often end with a celebration with the children. Each topic that we begin will include a trip, visitor, or an exciting experience within the school.
We encourage children to read at least 3 times at home if possible. More is better. We will be sending books home either based on their reading level or a particular sound that they have found difficult. We also have access to Bug Club, which is an exciting, engaging platform for children to relish their love of reading. The logins are on a bookmark which are stuck in the front of reading diaries.
The children take part in a daily phonics lesson. We will send books home, the books that get sent home for reading will practice these sounds, and also we may send home flashcards or words to help consolidate their learning, and the children will be learning new rhymes to help them with the alternative phonemes.
Okay, so as already mentioned, the reading books will come home and they will be changed on a Monday and a Thursday, so just keep an eye on those. It's important that when reading with your child, you ask lots of questions and comprehension skills are built upon. Also, there will be Bug Club. Bug Club might also include some grammar and spelling activities as well, so please check the platform. A new thing that we've introduced this year is the Rainbow Challenge. So the Rainbow Challenge is there to practice and consolidate really any high frequency words, tricky words, or common exception words in Year 1 and Year 2. The Rainbow Challenge begins in Year 1 and your child will all begin spelling the red spellings, and then they will move up through the rainbow. I'm sure though that many of you have already seen the letter firming everything like that up. If you do have any questions, then please do speak to Miss Brown. She is the creator of the Rainbow Club, and I know she feels very passionately about it, so she can be emailed on her email address, which is found on the school website. In term 2, just after the children are getting used to all of their new learning in the classroom and their new learning at home, we will be sending home a home learning journal, which will go home every Thursday. And we kindly ask that these come back in on a Wednesday. So the home learning that will be found in these activity books will support maths and lots of foundation subjects.
At the end of Year 1 in June, Year 1 sit the phonics screening check. There will be more information coming out about this nearer the time. But there is a link if you would like more information before that. We are working towards this in our phonics lessons, and it is nothing to worry about.
And here are some useful websites that will help you support the children's reading, to find out what they are doing in school, to help with their phonics, their reading at home, and to consolidate their math skills.
And finally, we'd just like to pinpoint you to the website and the Facebook page. This is a really important page to go to if you are after any information, of course. Also, you'll find updates of who's been in the Golden Book. You'll also find our newsletters as well.
If you have any questions, please email your child's class teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.